David had tried everything, working long hours, taking risks, and never giving up. Yet, success always seemed just out of reach. He had heard of Mr. Sullivan, the wealthiest and wisest man in town. If anyone could help, it was him. "David, sir, I have worked hard all my life, but no matter what I do, I can't seem to succeed. You have built an empire. Please, tell me the secret to success." Mr. Sullivan closed his book and smiled. Instead of answering, he handed David a large glass jar, filled with big rocks, smaller pebbles, and sand. Mr. Sullivan: "Tell me, David, is this jar full?" David: "Yes, it looks completely full." Narrator: Mr. Sullivan shook the jar. The sand and pebbles shifted, creating tiny gaps at the top. He then added more pebbles, filling some of the empty spaces. Mr. Sullivan: "Now, what about now? Is it truly full?" David: "Well, I guess it wasn't completely full before, but now it definitely is." Narrator: Mr. Sullivan chuckled. He took a cup of water and poured it into the jar. The water seeped into the smallest gaps between the sand and pebbles. Mr. Sullivan: "Now it's full. But do you understand the lesson?" David: "Not really, sir. What does this have to do with success?" Mr. Sullivan leaned forward, his eyes filled with wisdom. Mr. Sullivan: "This jar represents your life. The big rocks are your most important priorities, your dreams, goals, and passions. The pebbles are the important but smaller things, your job, relationships, and responsibilities. The sand represents all the distractions, the unimportant things that take up your time, like social media, gossip, and meaningless tasks. The water is the unexpected challenges that will always come." David: "So, if I focus on the wrong things first, I won't have room for what truly matters." Mr. Sullivan: "Exactly. If you fill your jar with sand first, you'll never have room for the big rocks. But if you start with the big rocks, the smaller things will find their place naturally." David sat in silence, realizing his mistake. He had been focusing on small, unimportant tasks, thinking he was being productive, but he had ignored his big dreams and true goals. David: "Thank you, sir. I finally understand. I need to focus on what truly matters. Mr. Sullivan's success isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter. Prioritize your big goals, stay focused, and never let distractions take over. That's the secret to success." David left that day with a powerful lesson. True success comes from prioritizing what truly matters. What are the big rocks in your life? Comment below.